Are you wondering whether now is the right time to sell your home? Well, you're not alone. Thousands of homeowners who wanted to sell in 2023 felt trapped by the golden handcuffs of their incredibly low mortgage interest rate. In fact, according to a recent article in US News and World Report, 25% of homeowners who plan to buy a new home said that they won't sell their existing home. And of those who do plan to sell, most, 56%, think that they'll regret giving up their low mortgage interest rate for what's currently available. My name is Ben. I'm a real estate advisor in Oklahoma City, where I've lived for my entire life. I'm an expert on the neighborhoods and amenities in this city, and my team and I love helping people just like you get their homes sold fast and for top dollar. Today, we're diving into the latest market trends to help you decide if now is the right time to sell your home. And be sure to stick around because I'll share some tips to maximize your listing. Let's get it. In addition to the housing market data, in this video we'll also explore some of the economic factors in Oklahoma City affecting the housing market. Things like new infrastructure projects coming to the area, the jobs market, the best time of year to sell your home, and some practical tips on preparing your home to sell for top dollar. So let's dive into the computer and take a look at the market in Oklahoma City. We're going to begin by looking at three important factors: average sales price, average days on market, and months supply of inventory. And these factors are key in helping us determine whether or not it's a good time to sell. Taking a look at the average sales price in the Oklahoma City metro right now, that number is coming in at $276,102 as of the latest data, which is from December of 2023. If we look at the average price back in summer of 2023, we can see that that reached as high as $289,678. And as you'll see as we look at some of this other data momentarily, the market goes through these natural cycles where it begins to heat up in the spring every year. It reaches a peak in the summer, and then it declines through the fall and winter months. We see that pattern repeated. Now, looking at average days on market, this is telling us how long homes in the Oklahoma City area are on the market before they are sold. That number as of the latest data is 34. Now, going back to the beginning of 2023, in February of 2023, that number got as high as 41 days on market for a home to sell before the market began to pick up. Taking a look at the month's supply of inventory, that number is currently sitting at 2 months. Now, as I've said in other videos, in a typical quote-unquote healthy market, that number would be around 4 to 5 months. So having a lower inventory supply means that there is going to be a greater demand on the inventory that is available. Now, this is good news for sellers, although there are some other factors such as interest rates that can make it more difficult to get a home sold, even in spite of inventory being low. Since I mentioned interest rates, let's take a look at what rates are doing right now. If you've been watching the housing market, or really any market, over the last 18 months or so, you know that interest rates have been steadily ticking up. The 30-year fixed interest rate at the time of this recording is sitting at 6.75%. Now, that is up 0.08% in the last week, but as you see in the last month, it's down 0.33 or 1/3%. Year over year, we're up about 0.25%. So 6.75 for a 30-year fixed. The 30-year FHA at 6.16% and the 30-year VA at 6.17%. This is a challenge for sellers. In spite inventory being low, the interest rates are making it a little bit more difficult to get homes sold in this market. So we have to get creative with our approach, with our strategy, with our negotiation sometimes in order to get a home sold quickly in a market like this. Looking at the historic interest rates over the last several years, we can see that we got spoiled again by those low rates in 2020, down around 2.5%. As we take a look at the jobs data here, this is an interesting piece of information to consider when looking at whether or not it's the right time to sell, because a strong jobs economy typically means that people are out looking for houses. And so we see that the civilian labor force here, the top line on this graph, has been increasing month over month throughout the last half of 2023. The employment rate is also doing a similar thing. Now, the interesting thing about a strong labor force is that can make inflation harder to bring down, because when employment is strong, people are still spending money, and so inflation tends to continue going up. I want to briefly touch on the infrastructure updates in Oklahoma City. Voters in Oklahoma City recently voted to approve a 1-cent sales tax that would put $900 million into a new arena to be built in downtown Oklahoma City. So I bring up all of these things to show you that there are infrastructure projects going on in Oklahoma City. There's a lot of new construction happening in Oklahoma City right now that have really brought new life into the city. And so all of this makes Oklahoma City an attractive place for people considering relocating from other parts of the country as Oklahoma City continues to pour money into these infrastructure updates and programs. At the end of the day, what all of this means for sellers is that it's going to increase property values. The properties are becoming more valuable, more desirable as these projects, these infrastructure things continue to take place. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe down below. And if you tap that notification bell, you'll get a notification every time we upload a video, so you can be the first to act on the latest information in the Oklahoma City housing market. I promised some tips on getting your home ready to sell quickly for top dollar. So let's go over what some of those things are that you can do to maximize the potential profit and speed of getting your home sold. A few things that you can do are, if you've got dark paint colors on the walls, brighten it up. Paint the interior walls a nice neutral white color or a light gray, something that's going to brighten the space up. When you do that, it makes rooms feel much larger. Another thing that we often talk to clients about when they're getting a home ready to sell is to declutter and depersonalize the home as much as you can. I understand that this is your family home that you've loved and lived in, but in order for a potential buyer to make an offer on the home, they need to visualize themselves living there and make it, again, somewhat generic so that we can appeal to a broader range of buyers. So depersonalize the home and declutter. Another great thing you can do to help your home appeal to a broad range of potential buyers is to do a deep clean of the home. Go through and clean the grout lines in the shower, or hire a professional cleaning service to do these kinds of things. But really paying attention to those finer details, those little things can make a big impact to making a home feel fresh and bright and inviting to potential buyers. And if you have pets in your home, as much as you love your pets, do something about the smell, whether it's candles or air fresheners or both. When you're walking through a home, it can be an experience of multi-sensory. Smell is one of those senses. And so if they smell your pets in the home, that could be a turnoff to some buyers. So we want to neutralize any pet odors that might be in the home as well. And then lastly, if you've been thinking about selling your home, a little bit of landscaping can go a long way to increasing the curb appeal, which is, again, just going to bring more buyers into the home. So by investing just a little bit of money in things like flowers or other landscape, it's going to get more buyers clicking on your listing to look through the photos, and ultimately it's going to help you get that home sold quicker when you can increase that curb appeal, and you can very easily do that without having to spend a ton of money. If you're thinking about selling your home, my team and I would love to help you do that. Our job is to get your home sold quickly for top dollar with as little stress on your behalf as possible. We don't list homes, we sell homes. And so if you're interested in talking to me and my team about that, you can find all of my contact information down in the description below. Go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a text or an email. I'd love to put together a comparative market analysis for you, a CMA, to let you know what your home might bring in the current market. My My job isn't so much to price your home as it is to discern what the market is doing and then help you position your home appropriately so that you can get it sold quickly. We'd love to help you do that. If you're thinking about a move in or around the Oklahoma City area, then you definitely want to check out this video for important information about the real estate market in Oklahoma City.